Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Stephanie.
And together we clean homes for free.
This is part 3.
Part 3?
Part
yeah,
3?
We'll say part 3.
This is part 3 of a series, so if you haven't watched the previous 2 episodes of this series, I suggest you go and watch them first because we give context about the situation and the house that we're in, and honestly I just can't be bothered going over it again. Yeah, you hold the phone.
Yeah, I want to see the video. So in this clean, I am doing the bedroom, the mother's bedroom, and Steph is tackling the oldest boy's room. We also have a volunteer with us called Megs.
I thought you had forgotten her name there.
I wasn't sure if I was going to say Megan or Megs.
Yeah, so she goes by Megs. So we've previously talked about how, we can't really have volunteers unless, they have their own public liability insurance and all of that for many different reasons, including like our insurance and confidentiality and all of that stuff. So I've looked into our insurance and we can have a certain number of volunteers. I can't actually remember the number that will be covered by our insurance. However, because this is a fixed number, we don't just want to accept
anyone.
Random well-meaning strangers.
Yeah.
So Megs is a long-time friend of mine. We've worked in the care industry for many years together. So she still works in the care industry. So she has got her disclosure check and things. She is covered by our insurance, so that's good. And yeah, she was a bridesmaid at my wedding. We're really good friends.
And she was a very good cleaner.
Yeah,
she really
has blue hair, and you actually don't see her that much in the video because of the way that you have your cameras angled.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly on you rather than on the section that Megs is doing. But you will see her vacuuming, I think, a little bit.
And she has offered to.
Yeah, she's coming back. You'll see her a few times. She is very keen to get involved in the cleans, and not just in this house. I think she's. If we carry on working weekdays, she's keen to come along on her days off and stuff. So
that's good then.
Yeah,
have we a bit extra help?
Absolutely.
That would actually be amazing because sometimes you're just like, I wish we had an extra person, or we had an extra couple hours, or we could do 3 rooms. We could do 3 rooms instead of 2.
Yeah. So
exciting.
So we were supposed to be cleaning this house again. We've not been back to this house since this visit, which was a couple of weeks ago. We were supposed to go back earlier this week, but we had to reschedule for a variety of reasons. But you were under the weather.
I was not feeling well at all.
Yeah, and I currently have a strained abdominal muscle. So
because she does too much.
Well, the thing is, I didn't do anything. I woke up with it like this. So
what's happening in your sleep?
Well, exactly.
It's all those crazy dreams.
Probably. I told you my dream that last night.
No, you didn't.
So no, I did.
Oh no, you did. Yeah.
So Danielle is supposed to be going bungee jumping, and it was meant to be for today.
Yes.
But it got rescheduled. But I didn't know that. So last night I dreamt that I just turned up when she was bungee jumping just to record her doing it to share with you guys.
Now I'm not going to be able to not do it because we've spoken about it now. People are going to be waiting.
So anyway, in my dream I turned up, recorded her doing it, watched. It wasn't even a bungee jump. It was some weird giant jumping. It was weird. You were on a rope and you just did giant jumping. But in the dream, when you were finishing, you jumped back to where you started, but you landed really badly on your knee. So you hurt your knee. And then I just left you. You didn't even know I was there.
After you said that, I was like, what about if I do hurt me? So you're not tied by your ankles?
I have no idea.
What about if it pulls and it rips my joint because I've got hypermobility? What if it rips my joint out of place?
Maybe talk to them about that before.
But then they might be like, no, you're not allowed to do it.
But you don't want your joints ripped off.
Not ripped off. It might just dislocate.
Does it not go around your waist?
I don't know.
Why would it go around your feet? I feel like you could snap your spine if it went round. I don't know anything about bungee jumping. It's not something I would ever.
This was an impulsive thing that I decided to do when I was drunk.
Yeah, well, this is why you don't make decisions when you're drunk.
But some of the some of the best decisions and memories come from making decisions like that.
Okay. Well, now they're going to hold you accountable to do the bungee jumping.
Okay.
Also, hold the phone normally because it's actually, I don't know why it's making me nauseous. You're holding it like that.
Giving me motion sickness.
Yeah.
Holding it sideways.
So in this room, just did the usual, there isn't a lot of space, there's too much stuff. I was just clearing section by section and vacuuming. And you know what's really funny is that Danielle came into the room just after I did this section. Well, after I did the vacuuming. And she said, oh, you've made such good progress. I've not really made any progress. I was like, no, I'm sure you have. And she was like, oh, do you know what it is? I've not vacuumed.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see the difference because your floor was still dirty.
Yeah.
So then Megs goes in and vacuums it, and then you can
It did
kinda
feel a
see the
bit better.
difference.
I still
Yeah.
feel like I didn't. Do you know what? It's going through clothes, and Pure said this in the last one. It is so time consuming.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit bad, right? Technically, I should have been in that room because, Megs is my friend, and I should have been sitting in there chatting and folding clothes. And I copped out as soon as I knew we were doing these 2 rooms. I bagsied this one so I wouldn't have to tackle that clothes mountain because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just left.
It's fine. You can
there.
help me
I'm
next
sorry.
time.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I will. We're actually back at this house tomorrow, but Danielle's going to be extremely hungover, probably, and I'm obviously not at 100%. But we do have Charlene's cleaning company coming in. I think it's her and her partner. I don't know if they have any more staff. They're coming to help us tomorrow on their own insurance, and yeah, we're gonna delegate. No, we will pull.
You're gonna need to have to delegate because I'm gonna be too hungover, and I'm probably gonna be like, Steph, what am I doing?
In my soul, okay.
We're both gonna be tired tomorrow. We are going out tonight. We're having a wee Fife cleaning day. No, we're not.
No.
We're going to see a concert.
We're going to Alanis Morissette, which long-time viewers of the channel will know that was my birthday gift from my husband last year. My birthday's in November. But then also I surprised Danielle, and it is her birthday / Christmas because they're expensive.
Yeah.
It's her birthday and Christmas gift all rolled into one because it's Danielle's birthday next week.
Woo.
Well, technically more than
And I'm going to be 25.
She's going to be 30, guys. Still younger than me.
Don't hurt my soul. I'm only as young as I feel, and I feel 21, so come at me. 30.
You look 21, so it's fine.
Come at me, 30. I'm ready.
Everything goes downhill after you're 30.
Thanks.
I was totally fine, health-wise.
Thank you
I was
so
like
much.
4 stone lighter. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was the pregnancy that broke me, though.
Yeah, that might be it. So
Yeah.
just don't get pregnant after 30.
Yeah. I mean, no, I was...
You were?
I
I
was
was about to say you
I was
weren't.
like 28, 27,
Okay.
28.
Yeah.
But then after that pregnancy, it's just been downhill from there. And then everyone's like, it's because you turned 30. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not the reason. But I'm just going to... Everyone said it to me, so I'm saying it to you. Anyway, so Callum came along on this day. That's Callum over at Trash Converters, #Team Callum. And he took away so much stuff. There is a lot of... So when we originally looked over this house, we could see a lot of stuff, but didn't realise how much furniture was here. So obviously we are doing a GoFundMe to organise this house and redecorate and furnish it and things. A lot of the furniture is damaged. We got a comment about the wardrobe in the younger kids' room and how like a nice wardrobe that is, and could it be repurposed. But unfortunately that wardrobe is like damaged and it's not as stable as it looks in the video, so that will have to go. So the aim is kind of like, even the furniture that is here is all battered and there's been bug infestation. So I mean, my goal is get rid of it all and get new, but it doesn't need to be new. It can be secondhand new. We have had a lot of people offering to donate, but we haven't been accepting donations for things until we've cleared out the property, because I mean our office is tiny. We don't really have any storage space. Somebody has, I think I might have mentioned in the last one, that somebody has kindly bought a brand new microwave and chest of drawers set for the house already, and we really do appreciate that. But yeah, the thing I didn't like in this room was obviously I had to wear my mask the entire time because this is where the cats normally live, and the cat litter tray was spilled all over this floor, which was not fun. So I didn't enjoy that. And I'm also really curious what that cupboard is. I'm assuming it's some kind of wardrobe, but it could also be the boiler. No, I mean, I could have probably looked in it when I was doing this area, because I do move those boxes, but I only move them enough to like hoover under them, and that's it. So I mean, I'm gonna assume it's the boiler though, actually, because I've not seen where else the boiler is in the house. So that might be in this room, and also because they're blocking the door. But yeah, as you can see as well, there's boxes of stuff from like there's so many boxes of stuff in this house. I think the plan is once we've cleaned everything and organised everything, to sit with the mum
and go through the boxes.
But obviously that would be off camera. So
because I know a lot of the boxes have like sentimental things and things that she's like 100% keeping, because the boxes are from her trying to pack up the house when they were offered a house
how
move.
long ago was that? Do we know?
I want to say about 6 months ago. But
because if they've not needed the stuff that's in those boxes in the last 6 months,
it could just be like memory stuff that she doesn't want to get rid of.
So many boxes.
Because I've got loads of stuff that's like memories that I won't chuck away, but I don't ever take them out.
But there's a lot. There's boxes in every single room. So I am wondering if a lot of it is needed. So there could be some serious decluttering going on. I must say, so one of the reasons that we tackled this room instead of continuing with the younger kids room and the mum's room is because this was a priority for social services. We keep getting asked, are we working with people to support this family? And we are. We're working closely with social services and
health visitors.
Yeah, and signposting to other people, and who can help fill in forms and that kind of thing for her. But one of the priority areas for social services was this room, and we hadn't seen in this room when they said that. So we were expecting like the absolute worst. I didn't think. I mean, apart from being cluttered, it was a typical teenage room. Yeah. Also, that computer did not fit on the shelf. That annoyed me so much, so much. It was a typical teenager's room. Apart from the clutter, there was rubbish, there was dishes, there was clothes. And
it wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah, I was very surprised that this was the main
even the mum
concern.
kind of worked it up, and she was really worried about us going in and everything. And like when you get someone that's that worked up about it, and obviously social work having a cause for concern and stuff, like you'd expect it to be really bad, like close to some of the other houses we've tackled.
Yeah.
But when we went in and looked, I was like, oh, it's not that bad at all.
Yeah, it's just filled with stuff. Like there's a changing table from when the children were younger in the corner, and there was broken furniture in here that got removed. There was a lot, but I will tell you something, that desk was immaculate. There was not a speck of dust on his computer desk, like on the top of it, where he obviously he spends a lot of time at his computer, typical 14-year-old boy, and it was immaculate. I didn't have to do anything to it, so that's why you don't see me doing anything. I think that's everything for in this room. I don't manage to finish the room. One of the problems that we're having in this house is we really just have such limited time before we can like get started and things. I just kind of normally go off and start and close the door in the room I'm working. I'm just like, yeah, bye. But yeah, I didn't get under the bed done or down in front of the window. And then obviously I need to like go through some of this stuff, but I just kind of reorganize it and things. And I didn't sort through all the clothes sizes. There wasn't actually all that many clothes in here, and most of the clothes in here were clean. So I just kind of bagged up the clothes that were dirty, and then they can get sorted when we're at the laundromat.
We need to get on that.
Yep. So Sorry, no, you go.
No, you go.
No, I'm sick of talking. You go.
But yeah, you done a really good job in here. I was so amazed at how much you got done on your own. Like, it really is impressive how good a cleaner you are. I think you're getting better than me. I think I have been...
This isn't cleaning, though.
Well, yeah, organising, yeah, because I'm not good at the organising. I don't like organising someone else's stuff. I really get stuck in, like, brain fog.
I like it. I like seeing the difference. And, like, I just do it section by section. And I
think because if it's me, I'd chuck it all away. I'd be like, ben.
So I like categorising stuff. The thing I'm not looking forward to is, because this is a whole house transformation and we're going to decorate and all of that stuff, normally when we go into these houses, when there's a lot of stuff, we kind of just categorise it and put it in boxes and bags for the residents to then sort through. I don't like the fact that we're probably going to have to sort with that.
Through it. But once they're categories, we just need to put them in a storage solution, because most of the time we put the bags there because there's nowhere for us to store it at the time.
But we need some serious decluttering is going to need to be done.
Yeah. So once we've got like storage solutions and stuff like that, those things will be easy. Do you mean like wires in this box?
Yeah.
Stuff in this box. I don't know. The wires were the only thing that came to my head, because everybody has a place in their house for wires.
Yeah, so I think in this room that was the main category, was like the electronic stuff. There was lots of headsets, and I don't know how many of them are broken, but I'm assuming the majority of them are probably broken, but that was not for me to make that call. So a lot of the electronic stuff just got put in a crate that gets put on top of the bed. Obviously there's no mattress on that top of the bed. My plan for that room is to get rid of that bunk bed and put in, do you know the one that has just the bed on the top, and then put the desk under the bed to clear loads of space. That's kind of the plan I've got for that room. And now we're in your room, so you can talk for a bit.
So yeah, this is me and Megs, and obviously you can see there's lots of clothes to go through, so we're still keeping to our categories of sizes, and then kind of getting rid of anything that isn't within those sizes. We did come across... Oh,
there's the phone notification. Yep.
We did come across under all these clothes was a toddler bed.
Yeah, by the way, when I was editing the footage and I seen you take that out, I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a bed under there.
Yeah. Which I was like, yes, this is going to take away so much. That it looks so much, it's going to take away so much. It's going to be a lot easier to tackle, but that wasn't actually the case.
You were very overwhelmed in this room though, because it's such a tedious task sorting clothes.
And you're not getting through anything fast. You're not getting anywhere with any kind of speed. So...
And then you were stopping in the middle to go and make TikToks of Callum at my request and stuff. And then I couldn't really lift anything heavy. I don't even know why, because I hadn't pulled a muscle at that point. Was it just...
Maybe you had, but you just weren't quite aware, and the more you've done, the worse it's got.
No, I think there was another reason. First of all, I
think it was your wrist, was it not?
Oh, it might be my wrists. Yeah, my body's just falling apart right now. I need this holiday that we're going on. I need it. But then the traveling.
Soon I'm just gonna like wheel her in a wheelchair and be like, so today it's me tidying up and Steph is supervising.
By the way, that could happen. You should have seen me.
I did say that. I was like, I don't think you should be doing anything on. That's probably what's happened.
What?
All the walking and traveling to London.
Yeah, the traveling to London has really knocked me out this week. Like I took a few days off afterwards to recover, and then woke up like 3 days later with this pulled muscle, and I'm like, how I've literally done nothing for 3 days to recover from the traveling.
But yeah, I did say to her, like, you shouldn't do anything on Sunday, like, just come along and keep me company.
But I can sit and fold clothes. There's no reason. I just can't do the bending and the stretching, and like I had to. It was Kai's birthday yesterday, and his friends were coming round, and I hadn't done his room in a while. And so I had to do his room, and oh my God, I really did not want to do it, and I didn't have a choice. I was just like, I had to do it. I did ask Madison, but you know how overwhelmed she can get with like...
You should have phoned me.
No, you were not feeling very well on Thursday, so I was letting you recover from that, and then also you had plans yesterday. I did it. It got done. It's not done perfectly, and it's probably a mess now, but at least he had a space to play with his friends. But yeah, yesterday was a very, very busy day.
I did have plans yesterday.
You did. So yes, this is the bed being taken out. So
I lifted that like it was nothing.
I know, I watched you do that. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, this is why I need you. You're the muscle.
So yeah, just sorting through the clothes bit by bit, going through it pile by pile. We kind of sorted out like the kids stuff, and then I made like there was a few washing baskets which came in quite handy. So I made one of the washing baskets like the mum stuff, and one of the washing baskets like the odd bits and bobs of the dad stuff that I found in there as well. To kind of go through. I didn't want to leave or with like no clothes. Do you know what I mean? Like bagging it all up.
Well, originally, before when we were working in the younger children's room, before I started bagging any clothes, I did say to her, do you have clean clothes for these guys before I start bagging all these clothes up, or do you want, so that she can choose to put some in the laundry or whatever? But no, I think they're actually keeping their clothes that they're currently using in the living room, and they must just be wearing them, washing them, putting them back in the living room. Yeah. So all of these clothes are probably sat here for who knows how long.
Yeah, there was a lot of like baby stuff.
So, and her youngest is 2 now, so isn't in the baby stuff. But yeah, we did get rid of quite a lot. And then how many bags? You got quite a few bags to go to the laundromat. We need to organise that.
I think about 7. Yeah, I had such high hopes. I was like, right, I'm going to clear all these clothes away, and I'm going to get to these drawers, and I'm going to go through them, and we're going to get these, Callum to take these drawers out. But that never happened.
Yeah.
So
There is one good thing that we discovered in this room is that there is a giant built-in wardrobe.
all right, yeah, 2.
I just thought it was one.
No,
but
I think
it's
it was
two
like
next
2
to each
separate.
other.
Yeah.
So this room isn't actually that much bigger than the younger children's room, but it is much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Not much longer, but it is longer. So because somebody had said about trundle beds, but that won't work. So the plan is to get 2 bunk beds in here. But because of that giant wardrobe, we shouldn't need to have too many drawers and things. We'd like to get a little vanity for the girl because her vanity was broken and damaged and needed to be thrown out, unfortunately. So it would be nice to get her own little vanity. She's not very keen on getting a hairbrush, so maybe that'll help.
Buy her like wee hairbrushes and hair bubbles and clips. You're even struggling to cough.
Because when I cough, it puts the strain on my stomach muscle. When I sneeze, I feel like somebody stabs me.
Oh my God.
So that's why I have to like push into my stomach before coughing to make sure I'm not,
I think we're going to have to send her home, guys. I don't think she should be allowed to come clean.
I will come and delegate and record and
it takes like TikToks and Instagrams.
I will try. I kind of suck at that, but I will try.
Me too.
We are advertising for an admin assistant. So if you are local to us in Fife, specifically Glenauthers, because you would be working out of the office, and you would like to help us with our admin, that would involve answering messages and emails, liaising with companies, I don't even know what else, organising the financial stuff, and then like moderating our social medias, then please reach out to us via email, which is always in the description of the videos and in our bio, and let us know why you think you'd be good for the job. It's a voluntary unpaid position. I forgot to say that. We don't get paid. We can't afford to pay anybody else yet. Yeah. But it has the potential to become a paid position in the future if the channel continues to grow. There was something else I was going to say, and it's just gone out of my head.
I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Oh, the comment about the council housing.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So, council housing, obviously, they said the comment, I can't remember exactly word for word, but the comment was kind of like, obviously in America, they have, is it subsidised housing?
I have no idea.
And, like, can we explain what council housing is? So, we'll call it, it's not state, but what's like, so you've got Edinburgh, Glasgow.
County.
Every county, that's it, has their own council. And the council have, a number...
Do you want me to...
I'm getting flustered. I'm like, this is so much pressure. They have a number of houses that they can allocate to people who aren't in a position to be able to buy their own homes. And then you kind of rent it from the council. And that's what council housing is. And then obviously they come help you with repairs. They can help you, like, they have a limited amount of help for things like carpets, furniture and stuff like that.
So I think their question was mostly because she watches Remy Clogg, and Remy Clogg does so much to her house that it's almost as if it should be the landlord's responsibility.
Right, okay.
So with council housing, anything that gets wrong with like your waterworks, your electricity, your boiler, your roof,
your
external,
windows,
like structural, would be the responsibility of the council. They also will every 10 years or so update the bathrooms and the kitchens if you're lucky. But in general, anything internally is your responsibility. So that includes the decoration, the carpets, you know, if you put holes in the doors or walls, things like that, then that is all your responsibility.
Well, you would have to pay for it, but the council would want to come and put their doors on. Yeah,
they have to, and they have to approve any
major.
Like, well, no, even if you want to paint your kitchen cabinets, you need permission. From the council.
No, you're not allowed to paint your kitchen cabinets.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it works.
But if you want to paint your wall, go ahead, do that. You can like replace your bathroom yourself or your kitchen yourself, but you need permission from the council to do so.
And I think you have to use there's certain plumbers and
so it has to be someone who's certified.
Yeah.
But when you move out as well, you can also claim back money from them if you have
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I didn't know that.
I found this out, but I'm sure it's between like it's got to be over 1,000 and under 4,000.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then the difference between, that, like the council housing, and then renting houses from private landlords is, first of all, the price. It is about a third of the price to rent with the council than what it is. And then also with private landlords, you generally could have a 6-month tenancy, and then every 6 months that kind of gets renewed, kind of thing. Whereas with the council, once you've got that house, that's kind of your house forever.
Yeah,
and
if stay in it as long as you
want,
want.
got like knocked down or anything like that, they would have to rehouse you, kind of thing. Whereas obviously with a private landlord, it's their house. You can't do anything to it. You can't decorate it without permission.
If they wanted it back, they could kind of chuck you out. It's a little bit of more limited security.
Yeah, so council housing is more secure, but it's also very, very limited. And as well as council housing, we do have local housing associations, which kind of work along the same premise. It's cheaper and things like that. It's kind
of the same thing.
Yeah. So that's that. I hope that answers your question regarding the council housing.
And to be honest, sometimes I'm like, why would you not want to live in a council house? Like, if your boiler breaks, that is getting replaced.
And like 30 years ago, the council, if you'd lived in the house for a while, actually sold their houses to you. And I know somebody that got their 2-bedroom house for £16,000, their 2-bedroom council house, and then they managed to convert it into a 3-bedroom. So they now have a 3-bedroom council house paid outright, and it only costs them £16,000.
That's amazing, but is that not why we're now in a housing crisis?
Probably.
Because they sold all the council houses.
But even if they didn't sell them, I mean, that family would still be living there.
Yeah.
Unless they then went to buy a house. But I think a lot of people maybe, bought those houses and then started private letting them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Do you know what we've not done in a while, Danielle? And I'm curious if you can still remember.
God.
While I'm putting pressure on you and making you flustered, can you do the membership spiel?
No. So guys, if you're not already, subscribe to us. Give us a wee like, give us a share, any kind of interaction, great. Comment if you must. We do have 3 different membership tiers. The first one is #Team Fife.
That's the third one.
Okay. So the first one is Haggis Hunters.
Yay.
And that is 99p.
Yep.
Then the second is Honorary Fifers at $1.99.
Yep.
And then #Team Fife at $2.99. Only become a member if you are in a position to do so. We also have a donation link, Buy Me a Coffee, which will be in our bio.
Although I'd rather you donate it to the GoFundMe if you were going to do that.
I was going to say that next.
Oh, sorry.
But currently we have a GoFundMe that we're obviously doing to raise funds for this house, to transform this woman's life, our kids' life, and just give them the best possible refresh start that we can. So head over there, and if you're in a position to do so, please donate, help out. Yeah, there we go.
Well done. Woo! Also, it is free to subscribe, so hit that subscribe button. It just gives you notifications.
Yeah, and hit the notification, the wee bell button, because do you know what I mean? You'll get notified when we go live, when we release a new video. You can come and listen to us talk absolute shite.
Luckily, that was at the end of the video, and I don't know what the legalities are on YouTube and swearing.
I meant to say rubbish.
Anyway, we are at the end of the video, so please enjoy these before and afters, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye!